We are fixing this continent. This thing of you guys moving from one country to the other, it's no longer working. We don't want this as African people anymore. We are tired of seeing African migrants moving all over the world, refusing to fix your own countries. Now we're making it very clear to you guys, Utitina, we don't want you here. We want you to fix your countries. Now you came here with a traveling document. You came with a passport. You know that you are a visitor, but now you decided to come and integrate in our communities. You know very well that what you have done is wrong.
How many children do you have here?
We can come to Ghana and do what you're doing.
Passport.
Eh?
Yes,
now you are carrying your bucket. It's 11 a.m. You were supposed to be fighting the government of Ghana there to ensure that they are getting things right.
No, there's no.
South Africans are chasing every migrant from their country to go. They say that the migrants have taken over their job and it's becoming an attack. They are not just doing it mildly. They are literally chasing everybody away. As long as not a South African, I'm sure you've been seeing the videos online, some where they tell people in the hospital they should stand up and go, and all of those stuffs. And actually, Nigerian government is not finding it very funny. As one of the senators, Senator Adam Oshimolo, said that it's going to be an eye for an eye, so that the equation will be balanced, so that the madness can be balanced. You understand? Since they're chasing our Nigerians to go, and some are willing to repatriate freely, they don't want to stay again because the violence is becoming violent, it's becoming toxic. That DSTV owns, South Africa owns big companies here in Nigeria, DSTV and MTN, which is actually a global communication network, that these people should go and they should come back and work there. But before they come back to work, we should revoke their license. Probably that will make the madness to stop. Do you understand? It's not funny. How can you be blaming people for lack of getting jobs, for not being successful? You blame it on migrants. So what happens to the United States? What happened to UK that almost all blacks are going there? So anything that is wrong that is happening over there, you blame it on the migrants, all right? Let's watch the video first.
If you hit me, I hit you. I think it is appropriate in diplomacy. It's an economic struggle. What the black South Africans are saying is that Nigerians are taking their jobs. Okay, Nigerians, come home. I take over the job of MTN. Nigerians, come home. I take over the job of DSTV. When we hit back, the president of South Africa will not only talk, he will go on his knees to recognize that Nigerians cannot be intimidated, and we do not condone anyone's life being lost. If a crime has been committed under South African law, they have a right to bring any sort of person to justice. But to kill our people as if we are helpless, we are not. By the time we turn in the economy hardship, we withdraw MTN license, we revoke DSTV license. Those people coming from Nigeria, from South Africa, will have good jobs to do. Let South Africa continue with their jobs. Then when we have this balance of madness, I believe there will be sanity, and we will kick our bilateral relationship in a manner that is a win-win.
At this moment, I want to commend the Nigerian government for being very sensitive to this matter, because these are lives. First of all, life matters, and it is normal. Human beings are product of migration. Nobody owns any land. The South Africans that are even shouting, the land, if you check it, the origin of the land, most of you migrated to that land maybe thousands of years ago, where there was no records. We have the white South Africans that migrated and they intimidated the blacks during the apartheid. So everybody is a product of migration. That is the truth, whether recorded or not recorded. So waking up one morning as if you drank ogogoro and you are shouting that everybody should leave your country because there are no jobs, because because foreigners are taking over your job, and then you're going violent about it. Of course, their government have actually condemned it, but he should do more, because lives are being lost. Everybody, literally everybody that is not a South African is under threat. Xenophobic attack again. Why? South Africans, why? You guys are in other countries too. We have them in Nigeria. We have them all over the world, and nobody is doing any wrong to you. So I don't think it is right to blame another person for what is not going right in your life. This was exactly what happened in during the Holocaust, where the Jews were blamed for what was happening in Europe, happening in Germany, and it led to the extermination of 6 million Jews, and they can never forget it. In short, there is actually a slogan in Germany right now, "Never again," that this history will not repeat itself. And the worst thing during that time was that the world did not even raise its eyebrow when it was happening. So thank God for countries like Nigeria that are beginning to talk out and speak out, telling their owns to come back, because about 130 Nigerians have voluntarily want to come back because it is toxic, it is not healthy. You're going out, you're scared, you're going out, you're not certain of what will happen to you the next minute because somebody is angry, somebody is willing to leech you, somebody is willing to destroy your property. I think a particular man of God in Nigeria by name Apostle Joseph Suleiman's church was burnt down because some persons believe that you guys are too much in our country. For crying out loud, South Africans, are you telling me that you guys are not in anywhere in the world? You are all in your place. Remember, everybody is a product of migration. Nobody has been there all their lives. That is why you are there. So trying to blame people for your woes, for your ill lucks, for all the bad happening to you, it's wrong. And I think South African government should do more to ensure that this does not continue. Every stranger in South Africa is a threat. And this is not the first time. If you have been following world news, global events, that xenophobic attack had been happening, and they'll blame it sometimes mostly on Nigerians and Ghanaians, you understand? And it is actually unlikely because these people will always migrate. Everybody moves around. There are human beings are not trees. They must move. So you go find out what you need to do. This is not right. This is not right at all. So the Nigerian government is saying that this is actually an economic struggle, and they are not going to keep quiet if they really insist that Nigerians are the cause of their wars and they don't want to be serious about it. It's going to be an eye for an eye. However you want it, we go that way. So at the end of the day, we know that the equation is balanced. That is one thing I like about Benjamin Netanyahu. He is very apt. He lives ready. He doesn't take chances. Once you strike him once, he strike you twice, and then you will calm down. Have you actually seen the map of the what's it called, the Gulf? How Israel is located, very tiny country, about 12 million Jews, I think, and all around them are Arab nations living in the midst of their enemies. And the only way they can survive is to live ready. They are everly ready to strike to war. So even the enemies know that this one is not an easy ride. Understand? Remember, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violence take it by force. So maybe I don't know what South Africans are up to right now, but we are not smiling in Nigeria. Don't kill our people for any reason. Nobody is the cause of your wars. And like the Senate has said, an eye for an eye is an economic struggle. When you pinch us here, we pinch you here so that you know how the thing feels. Understand? Imagine Israel had been keeping quiet for Lebanese, for Iran and Iraq. Do you think the nation of Israel today? It will not be, because they are very tiny people, just 11 million. The whole countries around them are Arab nations. So they literally have to sleep with their eyes open. Simply means they live war ready all the time. So Nigerians, I beg, we have to be very careful that nobody is